All right, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about magic, okay? We're tapping into powers that you have. Maybe you're not aware of them. By the time we're done with this video, it's going to blow your mind in regards to what you're sleeping on and how to wake it up so you can start activating and manifesting and living a life that you actually want to live. You feel me? If you don't know who I am or anything that I'm talking about so far, stick around. You might learn some shit. My name is Jay McPherson. Today we're tapping in to dark paganism. There's a very simple book on gaining knowledge of self. As you can see at the top of the book, it says it's a philosophy, and based on your belief patterns, if you want to believe a certain philosophy, your behavior will display your philosophy, All right, so if you really want change, because a lot of people think they want change, right? If you really want change, all you have to do is less of what you were previously doing. Just do something else. You feel me? We're gonna learn about magic today. We're talking about magic with the K, not magic with the C. All right, we're not pulling rabbits out of our hat or anything like that. We're tapping into darker aspects of our psyche, of our consciousness. Consciousness is a wide, vast realm of possibilities. And a lot of people are living their day-to-day life just, finger popping their assholes, wishing upon a star. It doesn't go like that. It shouldn't be like that, right? You should be having situations and circumstances go in your favor. So we tap into this knowledge. We spend time here with this information so that we can manifest not only a different reality or a better or a more enhanced reality, but we can manifest better behavior. You feel me? Because this is really about the behavior, the way you're acting. While you're watching this flipping video, family, lock this shit in your head that you're only tapping into this shit to tighten up. All right, we're not trying to repair. You're not trying to become a better person. You're not trying to repent for all your sins and Jesus loves you, all that fuck. No, you're here to get results. There's no fucking way you into this reality. There's no way you came into this world to be scratching your ass trying to figure it out, come up with ideas, pay money, make this person happy, nervous system shocking you, fucking anxiety, headaches, overweight. There's no fuck, and then you die. Ain't no fucking way, bro. It's a proper dream. It's a proper illusion. And somebody just got to this knowledge before you did. So you got to get back what's yours. And that's all. I'm just a motherfucker with the flashlight. Turn to page 82, right? Dark paganism, he tells you, second paragraph, the world is infused with spirit, okay? Soul is present in all things, which many pagans refer to as the fifth element, right? You, earth, air, fire, water, which is what you're made of, and then you're the fifth element, the you part, that light, right? That spark of electricity. You're literally watching electricity. You get what I'm saying? So let's keep this in mind as we're tapping into this on page 82. And I'll even go back a little bit and then I'll come back down to what I was talking about. The origins of our power to influence reality begin in the single role of consciousness, okay? According to the classic thought, going back to the Greeks, and if you're talking fucking go back to the Greeks, we're talking going back to the Egyptians and even before the Egyptians, all right? The world is infused with spirit. Soul is present in all things. The world is infused with spirit. Soul is present in all things. All right, which many pagans refer to as the fifth element. Okay, as conscious beings, we can interact with this cosmic consciousness or Azov. This interaction is where magic begins. Okay, he's telling you right here. This is where the magic begins. Okay. Inside the cosmic consciousness within you, okay? Everything about yourself is a manifestation of your thoughts, okay? They're living in this dark, flowy, invisible world called dark matter. It's called space, okay? In order for you to manifest what happens after the thought, remember, it goes the magical stuff, the source, which is what you're made of, then thought, then emotion, then behavior, right? You're seeing behavior, but this behavior is based on how I feel deep inside, how I feel, right? How I feel, my emotions is making me act this way, right? Because my thoughts are correct. You feel me? Your thoughts correct. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to create a manifestation in your reality, in your 3D world, which is nothing more than an after effects of the source, of the thoughts, of the emotions, right? Once the behavior is the new car, the behavior is the new house, the behavior is a relationship, the behavior is you in a good fucking mood that day. You feel me? All of that comes from cosmic consciousness, right? Dark matter. Only place you can get there, only way you can get to this place is through meditation, through deep, quiet meditation. And it don't gotta be that damn deep, bro. It don't gotta be that deep. It just gotta be deep to you, right? You gotta set the intention. You gotta close your eyes. You gotta cut out the fucking noise. You gotta find a space and give love to yourself, man, for 20 minutes. 20 minutes a day, bro. 20 minutes a day. I've been going every day at 100% meditation, right? In the morning. It works. You feel me? This shit works. I manifest more by doing less, right? I do more meditation, which is doing less. I manifest more. Ain't that some shit? He's telling you here that the interaction with magic, right, which is that end result, it starts with meditation and spending time in the cosmic consciousness. Because of consciousness's role, the cosmos exists in two aspects of modes: the material plane and the spiritual plane. The material plane and the electricity plane, right? The invisible stuff plane. The reason why the fucking sun just keeps showing up, whether they covering it or not, motherfucker just keeps showing up. Right on time, bro. There's a spiritual and there's a material aspect of which we're living, right? There's actually even more. There's 7 worlds. You know, if you go through the Kabbalah, there's 4 worlds and so on. But right now we're keeping it simple pimple and breaking it down to a decimal. The material aspect is the playground of the scientific method, which operates on verifiable, systematic observation. You feel me? That's why science is science. Right? Science is science, but quantum physics is science meeting spirituality, family. It really is. It really, really is. The material aspect is the playground of the scientific method, which operates on verifiable and systematic observation. Like, how deep can you really go if you're using matter to observe matter, right? How can I learn about myself if I'm just myself? I gotta go deeper, right? I gotta go deeper because I can easily become biased to my bullshit. A lot of you think your decisions are yours. You might think that you're a good person or you're just doing that because you really want to do, you really like that. You don't understand how deep your biases go, right? You don't know. You don't know unless you sit there and meditate on it. Give 20 minutes to your biases. Why do I like that? Really, a 20-minute run on why do you like this person? Why? Like when you really sit down and think about it, right? And we gotta, like, it's usually like, it's funny, this type of fucking shit sometimes, because it's like, it always ends up talking about like a person, like a toxic this or that, but it's just because the human beings are just such a giant ball of energy, bro. Like, they're just so fucking full of shit, just fragile. 1 minute it could shit, it could piss, it could vomit, it could laugh, it could cry, it could die, it could wake up, it could run, it could jump. A human is the most unpredictable, psychotic, crazy fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. It really is. It really, I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that shit, but we're still on 82, and he's talking about how the material aspect of life is nothing but a scientific method which operates on verifiable aspects and systematic observation. The spiritual exists beneath the phenomenon and acts as its source. This is what he says here. Okay? We must not fall into the trap of thinking the spiritual exists apart from the material. Everything exists simultaneously. As above, so below. This is why I gotta, it's always right here, the Kabbalion. It's always right here. Anywhere, if you ever need to know where it's at, it's usually right here. It's usually right there, always, because we keep the weapons around us, right? Because we use these things, right, to deal with shit, right, and sharpen the tools of sharpen the mind, right? That's what we're using this for. So we use these as tools or weapons. They're tools, whatever the fudge you want to call them. Make it a thing that elevates you and pushes you toward that state of understanding yourself. You feel me? Where it's not a damn today was good, or not maybe tomorrow, not next week. I'm like, no, every day you're winning, every day. And it just someday, like yesterday and the day before, I won so hard by shutting the fuck up. I do my best days are when I'm not talking to many people, if anyone, and I'm just period. If I'm just not bothered that day, and I don't mean in a negative way, I just mean like literally just no interaction where I can just stay in this thought bubble of like what I'm, like just what I want. There are things that are on my mind. I like to have them on my mind sometimes. Sometimes I just like to have some, but I'll walk slow. I ride the motorbike slow. I just chill. Like those are my best days when I'm not fucked, when I'm able to take myself to certain realms and deal with myself and handle myself there. You feel me? If I want to, I remember sometimes I just have some shit pop up into my mind that I'm not really, I don't know why I would think that. Some shit comes to my mind. I'm like, why did I just, and I got to think of some new shit. And it's usually like, not thinking about 2-3 things I never think about, but it's like, imagine going through that, and then I'm at like, or if I'm like at a 9 to 5, I don't fucking know. People be I don't know how so many people are even still alive on Earth, because it's so fucking stressful to so many degrees. That's why I have to travel. I have to expand my mind, because I couldn't even deal with, like, you're strong as fuck if you're even waking up every day of your life to go, work hard or make money or follow your passion or anything. Like, you got it in you, bro. But you're here to not just do that. All right, I know I went on a fucking rant about some bullshit. Whatever. Hope you're still here. All right, so we're still on 82. We must not fall into the trap of thinking that the spiritual exists from the material. Everything exists simultaneously. As above, so below. Okay? As above, so below. You're going to understand that by reading the Kabbalion and tapping into the principles, the Hermetic principles that they teach. Everything exists simultaneously as one being with two aspects, both material and spiritual. There is not a separate soul that somehow interacts with the body. The material and the spiritual are but different coexistent aspects of the self. Okay? He goes on, well, actually, I like this example he talks about right here. Everyday experience tells us that something is always one thing at a time, right? And this is true. You look at a book, it's not transforming. You get what I'm saying? So a dog is a dog and not simultaneously a dog and a cat. However, this is where it gets fire. Listen to this, all right? Listen to this. We're expansion right here, because people don't realize how simple this truth is. However, that is not necessarily, because he was talking about everyday experience shows us that it's always one thing at a time. A dog is a dog when you're looking at a dog, a cat is a cat, and it's not simultaneously. However, that is not necessarily the case at a quantum level, right? A quantum entity, such as a photon, exists simultaneously as both a particle and a wave until observed. Before we go any further, let's remember what we talking about. I'm gonna drink this coffee shit. Right? Remember what we're talking about here. We're talking about magic, okay? And this is Magic 101. The thing with magic is you don't have to believe it, okay? It's not something that you gotta it's not a belief system. I'm not pouring it on you. You feel me? Belief is a tool, and you must know this. All right. The information that I'm giving you right now is knowledge that we place as a seed into the mind, so we can open up the can do. The can do. You got to start surprising yourself, man. You feel me? Expansion, liberation, freedom. Right? Take those titties out, right? Let them nuts hang. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do, man. Live your life, right? What we're talking about is understanding that aspect, right? That freedom, right, that we have to have in order for us to make everything else work. You're not gonna be doing a ritual. You're not gonna cast a spell on yourself. You're not gonna be lighting candles, doing any type of ceremony or nothing if you don't know the primordial ooze in which you are made of, bro. You are this, think of a giant pot just smoking and a bunch of steam and all of it and flowing inside that pot that's just brewing, bro. It's just cosmic consciousness. That's just you, stars and fucking space dust and smoke and glitter. I don't know, whatever the fuck. You feel me? Rainbows and splashes and waterfalls, right? That's the substance in which you're made of. You can become a human. You can become a fucking starfish. You can do all kinds of shit if you are aware, right? So the magic and the purpose of us talking about this information so that you can wake up and release any type of dogma that you may have in regards to this knowledge. Like, it's not for them. It's not about them. It's all you, me, you, the TV, you. We're all, bro. If you ever had a proper trip on a psychedelic, you'll see that you are made of the same stuff that the entire universe is made of. So if the universe can transform and fly and hold this planet up, floating wherever the fuck it is, if it's floating at all, then imagine, then you think you can't just do more? You can do a little bit more, can't you? Right? You can do a little bit more. So he's trying to get you to understand that if you can really conceptualize the fact that the material plane and the spiritual plane are one of the same, you will therefore have no limitations, right? Because the spiritual plane, which is source, is the primordial world of anything prior until it's in the physical. This is why this is what manifestations, this is a world of manifestations, like my mom and dad manifested, bro. Like, there's nothing else you can do on this plane other than manifest, bro. You manifest. It's a thought world. It's a world designed to think. If you're not thinking, then you're not using your body correctly. You're not using your life right. You don't get it, bruh. You feel me? So we understand that we're magicians because this stuff was banned many years ago, right? You think these books, don't be ungrateful. You think these books are just books? You think they're just like, bro, you better flip these shits to the back of the book, bro. You better see the names involved. You better see the life stories of these people, bro. This shit was not available for you to consume right now. So you should have pencils, papers. You should be getting notes. You should be changing. You should be changing every day because this knowledge is life-changing. People died for this information, bro. Wherever you are, expand if you don't like it. That's all I'm saying, bro. Become bigger than the place you are. Rise that energy up, right? Rise it up and stay there, right? Stay there. Anybody else, anything else, it's got to raise itself up to get to you. It's just that simple, bro. It's just that simple. So what we're going to talk about here is we're going into 82, going into 83 on the book. We're going to talk about we're still understanding the quantum side. This isn't school, but this is where we're at right now. You got to understand what you're made of, okay? This is quantum physics. This is quantum physics, all right? He's telling you, everyday experience tells us that when you're looking at something, it is one thing at a time. A dog is a dog and not simultaneously a cat, right? You're visualizing now. You should be visualizing a cat dog type of thing, okay? If you're paying attention. However, that is not necessarily the case at a quantum level, all right? Meaning it ain't what you think at a quantum, like it ain't, like it is, in the real world, it is what it is. You feel me? You see an iPad, like it is what it is. It's not anything other than what it is here, because that's what the fucking 3D plane is. But he's clearly telling you that at a quantum level, bro, a quantum entity such as a photon exists simultaneously, both as a particle and a wave until it is observed. wherever you are right now, think of your lover, right? Or think of your mom, or think of your best friend, right? Think of them, like, where are they right now? Where do you think they are? Maybe they're home, maybe they're at school, maybe they're at work, but they're alive, right? Maybe they're not. I don't know. But think of where they are, okay? What he's telling you here is, since you as a human being, the only way I can see you, right? The only way anyone can see you is because there has to be light hitting you. Can we agree on this? You're seeing me because there's light hitting me, right? What you're also seeing are the photons radiating off my body and off my clothes, okay? It's same thing with trees, with plants, anything you're looking at. As the light hits it, it gives off something that your eyes can read, that are called photons, right? These are from atoms. Atoms have photons. So you take a photo, right? When you take a photo, you're capturing all the pixels on that photon. You get what I'm saying? Now, in quantum entities such as a photon exist simultaneously both as a particle and a wave until it is observed. Meaning, as you're watching this video, as you're thinking of whoever, as you're watching this video, in real time, I'm actually not here making this video because you're watching a recording of my now. Are you with me? Right? This is all gonna make sense, but you gotta understand this shit. You're watching a recording of pixels and photons live. That's how fucking amazing technology is. It's duped us into thinking this 3D reality is real, bro. It's just capturing light particles, saving them at a certain frame rate, right? Captures it, and then shoots it back to you on the playback, right? As long as you have the bandwidth, you can watch it. Same thing with the fucking brain, right? So by me explaining this to you, that means that since you haven't heard that I'm dead at this very moment of you watching this video, that means that there's a possibility, right? I'm still existing, not in your now, but I still exist as both a particle and a wave. But I do not exist in this matter. You get what I'm saying? You're watching, you're thinking of a possibility, and you're watching a past photons of myself, okay? So the reason why this is important is because when you're manifesting or when you're drawing anything from into your reality, this has to be your base foundation of understanding that it does exist, just not in your now. It exists as a possibility because as long as you can think it, you've created it, because a thought form is an actual thing of matter, right? So you think it, now you have the actual matter in your mind, right? You gotta understand what I'm saying. You think it, now you have the actual matter in your mind. So all you have to do is draw it to your reality by watering it, by thinking of it, by praying on it, by conceptualizing it, because it still exists in particle form and wave form, just not in your now. I know that probably threw you off a little bit, even the way I said at the end, kind of whatever, but that's what he's explaining here. I don't know how fucking, maybe I'll edit this video because people, what he's fucking saying, bro, it still exists. What you want, boom, I want fucking whatever. I could think of anything. I want to sit on top of a mountain smoking a joint in fucking Peru, right? With a llama. I'm thinking of it. Boom, boom, boom. I got the llama, got the thoughts, I got the Peru. All right, I thought about the plane ride, or I'm excited now, I'm thinking about it. I can see myself there, right? Like, boom, it's real. It now exists as a particle and a waveform. All I have to do is look at it for it to be real, for it to be a reality, right? At a very, 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 very deep level, You're the only thing in existence right now, and everything outside of your visual cortex is a particle and a wave of possibilities, and it's not really there at all. It's not. You can't. You could FaceTime someone. You can call them. It'll be capturing photons, shooting them back through the phone, fucking with the retina in your eyes, and blah blah blah. But it won't be real. The only thing real is what's happening now. What you're seeing, what you're feeling now, what you're hearing now, what you're experiencing now. I know I went so long on that. I don't care, because we gotta learn this shit. We gotta understand it. Because if I'm gonna be fucking talking about manifestation, you can't be thinking like it's just gonna be God coming down. God and Jesus not gonna part open the sky. Here you go. Here's your. You keep being a good boy now, and zip up the sky and fly back away. Like, no, you gotta know this is fucking science, bro. This is physics. This is quantum fucking physics. It's quantum physics. So I'm not gonna haphazardly say, I'm gonna manifest my desires. Nah, bitch. How the fuck does that shit really work? Oh, you telling me based on quantum physics and superposition? It's really what it's called. It's called quantum superpositioning, which is a healthy analogy for the dual nature of reality, right? So that shit, I'm gonna use quantum fucking positioning to manifest my. I don't have to wish upon a star. All I have to do is know that there's a science behind this, and if I don't do the work as a scientist and a magician, then I have no reason to doubt this shit, bro. That's really what I'm saying. Like, if you're not gonna do the work, don't doubt it. Do the work. I'm telling you how to do it. You meditate on it. You think you can use a vision board. You can write shit down. You can use the black book that I tell you about in my free school. You can study on it, pray on it, whatever you want to do, bro. As a magician, this is you're doing it because you got the knowledge that, bro, it's a particle and it's a wave, because a thought is an actual physical thing. A thought is actual physical matter. A thought is matter. It's not like a thought can make you cry right now, right? And so could a rock being landed on your foot, or a bat being hit over your friggin' head, right? These things will hurt. Like thoughts are real, right? They're real. Anything that can send electric response to your brain is real. That's all you get here. Hands, eyes, ears, taste, smell, physical phenomenon, right? If I can experience it through my phenomena, bro, then it's fucking real, because it's sending the electrical signals to my brain, and my brain's like, hey, that's what that is. Or there's no argument here, unless you raise your consciousness to a degree so high, right, into which you can't experience pain, right? You have a certain threshold, you can blah blah blah. But this is the shit, bro. Like, I don't know. It's extremely important that we tap into this information. The dual existence until an observation is known as is called quantum superposition. I just said that. And there has been many theories concerning it since the 1927, right? And this has been studied a lot. All right? We're on page 83. All right, so we're going to go deeper now into magic and the self and spiritual aspects of the self. The material and spiritual aspects of self in the cosmos are like different perspectives of lenticular art painting, right? The material and spiritual aspects of the self and the cosmos are like the different perspectives of a lenticular art painting. All sides exist at the same time and in the same place. By changing perspective, the image changes. By changing your perspective, the image changes. This is like when I say in one of the videos that I have, it's like some quote I heard, bro. He says, when you change what you're looking at, the things you're looking at change. When you change the way you're looking at things, when you change the way you're looking at things, the things you look at change. That's what it is. When you change the way you're looking at things, you look at change. All right? Fucking by changing perspectives, the image changes. Changes in consciousness create changes in the self's function of the physical to the spiritual and vice versa. Remember, we're speaking about magic here. All right? So what magic is going to do, we're scratching the surface. Just so you know, we're scratching the surface of this information. All right. Now, magic will change you because you're learning so much more about who you are. And it's like, whoa, I've been holding back on myself. You get what I'm saying? So he's telling you that it will literally change your perspective on life, and it will change the consciousness in you, which creates changes in yourself, your functions from physical, spiritual, and vice versa. All right. Now, he also speaks on another reason that we're able to even practice magic is the fact that each person is a miniature replica of the cosmos. Now, this stems back before the Greeks and before the Egyptians and so on, the way he explains it. But we are a microcosm, right? Inside of a macrocosm. So we're not wishing upon a star. We're willing upon a star, because that star is you. You feel me? It's an aspect of yourself. And there's full control. There's no rules saying you can't turn it up. There's no rule saying you can't be more free. There's no rule saying you can't let go. At least not yet. It's not being enforced yet. You feel me? You can still free your mind, right? Forever. You could do that now. And even, we're even going to push it over to page 84. Turn to page 84 if you're following me with the book here. He talks about whatever term one prefers, interconnectedness, right? Hermetic principle, law of correspondence, whatever. And it's important that we understand that these terms are just terms, you feel me? But they're like the way this new age shit is today. Like, a lot of terms are pushing people in such interesting directions. So we got to know, when we're talking about interconnectedness, we're talking about oneness, we're talking about stillness, okay? And when we're talking about hermetic principles, that's what he says here. Whatever term one prefers, interconnectedness, hermetic principles, law of correspondence, right? Interconnectedness is that oneness, that stillness, that one dot, right? That triple blackness within us. The hermetic principles, right? That's from the Trimetius, the older, way older from Thoth and whatnot. But these are hermetic principles. This is all based on the mind, right? Raising the consciousness from the mind, like an innate way of going about it. You feel me? So that's what he's talking about, right? That's what the hermetic principles are. Like, so they stole all of this inwardness that exists within us, and then they kind of just turned it into a name brand. But when people are looking at like this shit, you feel me? Like, it's beautiful, as amazing as this book is, it's just refurbished, you know? Like, it's core, it's powerful, but at the end of the day, it's hermetic philosophy that stemmed from within, right? And the hermetic comes from like the previous magicians from back in the day, right? As they were like hermits. They were just in their bubbles, in their shells, like I am sometimes, a lot of times, just like in their shells, in their bubble, you know, like just to their, like a hermit, you feel me? So they became the hermetics. A lot of people don't know that. And the law of correspondence, which is also everything means something, right? So if you're believing that way, doesn't matter. He's speaking about the cosmos is like a web. The cosmos are like a web, right? So why magic work? Why does magic work? How does it work? What's the point of it and everything? It's because you are a microcosm of a macrocosm. It has to work. This is why law of attraction has to work, right? Because if it's happening in the macro, it's happening in the micro as well. If you want it to happen in the micro, it'll eventually happen in the macro. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just that simple. If you do whatever you do inward, inside your house or whatever, you might think it's private, right? And it can be private, but you can also be so inward to a degree when you go outside, it stands out. You look like you've been in the house a lot. You get what I'm saying? And as above, so below. So what he's speaking about is the cosmos is like a web. If you tug on one thread, it pulls another. This is why it has to work. It has to work. Think of a sheet laid out on a bed, right? You make your bed, you have a nice flat laid out sheet, no creases, nothing. If you go to the corner of that bed and you pull up that sheet, right? As you pull up the sheet, the furthest corner of the sheet, the furthest corner will have no choice but to draw within, right? Without knowing right? This is why certain love spells actually work, right? They end up backfiring after a while, but they actually work because you're fucking with like energy here. You're fucking with the cosmic consciousness. That's why they always tell you when you're dealing with magic, be careful what you wish for, because you fucking with this shit, you'll get it. You will get it, but you'll also get everything that had to happen to make that happen. You feel me? So keep that in mind. You feel me? Your mind, if you don't rule it, it will rule you. You get what I'm saying? So if you pull, even if this corner, meaning if you really want it to happen to a certain degree, it doesn't even have to be a wanting. I don't like to say the word want. If you really will it, like it must, like there's no other way it can go, right? By you willing it, bro, you're pulling on the actual sheet of the cosmos, and your shit gets affected. Somebody might have someone has to come into your life now. You want it, so it's always on your fucking mind. The thought is now heavy, right? The thought is now heavy. So you can think of a sheet, think of a hole in the ground, and you put a sheet over the hole, right? Drop a thought the size of a really big rock, like 100-pound rock. Just drop it. It's gonna cave right through the whole thing, right? So that sheet is the consciousness. The thought is the rock. The thought is the dense energy, right? That it's gonna pull it through. Now imagine if the thought was just a leaf, right? About as light as a leaf. So if you have a sheet laid out over a giant hole in the ground and you drop a leaf on it, it's not gonna do much because that thought leaf doesn't have the substance and the weight and the charge of energy within it, right? The wattage is not, it's not a thrust. Therefore, it won't really produce much. It'll still be a leaf on a it landed, this might be a little something, might be a little 11 when you look at your phone or some shit, right? But it won't be that boom, that explosion, because you gotta charge that thought. And we don't charge it with wanting and wishing and I hope it happens and why I hope it sooner or later. No, it's willing, it's using sigils, ceremonies, rituals, and so on, right? So that's what he's talking about here. The cosmos is like a web. If you tug on the thread, it pulls another, right? When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hinged to everything else in the universe, which is so true. He also goes down 84. We're still on page 84. Magic begins with an alteration of consciousness that changes the self's inner word. Magic begins with an alteration of consciousness that changes the self's inner world, bro. He's telling it to you right there. All you have to do is alter your consciousness. The easiest way, and I'll say it 1,097 trillion times, the easiest way to alter your consciousness is going to be through gnosis. You can only reach gnosis through a particular chaos magic meditation, all right? Through stillness, which is motionlessness. You gotta sit there for 20 minutes to 1 hour if you can. You find somewhere, you sit there, right? And you alter your consciousness by stillness. You just sit there, you let your mind do what it does, right? You stack that with the pranayama, or you stack that with the fourfold breath, particular breathing at exercises. So one, you're still as a fucking board, right? Then you're doing the meditation or the pranayama and whatnot. And the next one is no think, right? So this is all one meditation I'm talking about. First, you sit still for like 15 minutes. You just get still. Boom. You find something to target your eyes on. You lock into that, right? You do the breathing, right? To raise the kundalini energy from the coil that's happening at the lower aspect of your spine. You raise that kundalini energy up through your chakras, right? And once you do that, you reach a level of no think, right? A place. This is why you have to concentrate on a dot on the wall or something that's very insignificant. You study that, you stare at it, you're breathing, you're calm, you reach a level of no think, right? In that state of no think, you're approaching gnosis. Gnosis is the state of knowingness, of knowledge. It comes to you from there. This is where you get the fucking downloads and all that shit, man, all right? Magic begins with an alteration of consciousness. Boom, I just told you how to raise your consciousness. That changes the self's inner world because the cosmos' dual aspect, changing the consciousness of the inner world of the material self, creates changes in the spiritual self. It can't be any other way. As you change your physical realm, that's why your environment is so important. That's why correspondence, elements, I don't know if you're in the fucking crystal, I don't do that crystal shit. But if you're in the fucking crystals, if you're in the rocks, whatever, collecting, favorite color, you want to do a stick, whatever. These are all corresponding elements, right? We're not talking about the zodiac. We'll get into that in videos, astrology and whatnot. But corresponding element, even planetary elements you use in the physical plane, it will affect you in the spiritual plane, bro. As above, so below. So you start doing the thing, it will start to become the thing. So it's as basic as like fake it till you make it, but it's just really, really like that. It's really, really like that. All of my money is made from me just thinking and knowing I'm gonna always make money. It's not really like as you can see, bro, I shoot these videos. Sometimes I'm talking like 2-3 hours. Sometimes I don't even upload a lot of this shit I'm recording. I just upload the ones I feel like I didn't fuck up that much, And I gotta have time to do. I can't be thinking about fucking money all day. What the fuck? I'll be out of my mind. I gotta manifest it. I gotta will it. I gotta be a magician. You feel me? So I'm using this information, and I'm gonna wrap this shit up. I'm trying to wrap it up maybe in like 10 minutes or something. We're gonna have to probably do a part 2. But we're talking about magic and the inner workings, the beginnings of it, and how to do it. You feel me? Raise your consciousness, raise yourself, understand the cosmos and the connection that you have to it. Right? Changes to the spiritual self. This is what he says here. We're still on page 84. Changes to the spiritual self then ripple into cosmos. They ripple into the cosmos. Changes in your spiritual self. So I love slowing down because I can always just feel it when I'm slowing down. All the time. Changes to the spiritual self then ripple into the cosmos, because each person is a miniature of the cosmos and interconnected. Interconnectedness allows the practitioner to interact with spiritual entities such as natural substances, such as herbs, as well as gods and so on. Ultimately, using Hermetic language, changes to the above material plane change the below spiritual plane, which in turn influences the above material. So it's just an up and down, inward and outward understanding that as you be, so you are. You feel me? So do this. Act right. You feel me? Like, get what you want. There's people that are joining my free community, and it's just some of the time I'm reading what they're saying. It's like, oh, you're not getting what you want. You better go through this shit and get what you want. It's you, bro. I'm here trying to show you and my fucking self that there is a pot of fucking gold right there. You feel me? But it looks like a bucket of water. You feel me? For some reason, I keep seeing, or you keep seeing, a bucket of water when it's really a fucking pot of gold. You keep seeing something that's just changed. You look in the mirror, you see a bucket of water. You see today it's chilling, another day it's choppy. Some days it's see-through, nice and clear and transparent. Some days it's dark, muddy. You don't know what the fuck is inside. You feel me? What you really are, and what I am, is a fucking pot of gold. Gold. A treasure. Needs a map to find this shit, and you're only gonna scratch the surface. You gotta find a map to get to the map, to get to the map, to get to the street that can lead to even close to where you really are. That can even lead to the dimension that you really are and what you're made of, bro. You feel me? So us getting into this information and putting this time in, whether you come back to this video, whether you new to this video or anything, whether you watch the whole video, what the fuck else is there to do? You know? Like, you can go play after this. You feel me? I'm gonna wrap it up right here. We're gonna do a part 2. We're definitely gonna do a part 2 because it's talking about the 2 types of magic. And we're not talking about black magic, white magic, and all of that shit, you know. But you know, there is black magic and white magic, but it's still just aspects, bro. You can go black, you can go white, you can go neutral. It doesn't matter. It's literally magic to just pay bills. There's just magic to pay bills that a lot of people are fuck with. You could be a witch, you could be a wizard, you could be a magician, you could be a magnus, you could be a sorcerer, you could be a warlock. It doesn't matter. What matters is, are you experiencing life and getting things and concepts in your fucking favor, bro? Are you getting the results that you want? Is it hard for you here? Is it confusing? Is it a lot right now? You know, is it a lot right now? Because it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. All you gotta do is tap into this shit. And I'm just doing my best. You feel me? If you like this, if you like these talks, if you want to go deeper into these lessons, you can click the link, join my free school. It's a free school. It's just a world where people can communicate with one another, share some concepts, right? Become like, you know, a like-minded person. You know, the way the world, the reason why I'm just being honest, like the way the world is, it's so, it's interesting. It's very disrespectful. And it's not like people are disrespectful to others as they are just to themselves. Like, a lot of people, maybe you know, you ask for these things, bro. You ask for shit in life. I told you from the beginning of this video, the whole thing is you being a magician. The whole world is manifestation. This is the cover for the pillow. You got the bottle to hold the water. You got the desk to put a phone. You got a light to give you, you know, sight so you can see. I got clothes to wear. Like, everything serves a fucking purpose. Everybody, some guy was like, hey man, we gotta cover those fucking pillows. Somebody was like, hey, we're gonna start doing, like, get the light going above the head. You know, everything in this material world is serving its purpose. A fish is a fish, a dog's a dog. You know what I'm saying? But you, look at you. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Are you really? If everything, like, all right, I can see there's a few things, but everything in this world that I can visually see was a manifestation of an idea. Everything. And everything is also doing what it was thought to do, right? But aren't you a part of this world? Why are you still watching these videos? Why are you trying to figure, like, even me, like, bro, I watch probably more content than you. Like, I'm a student. I'm the biggest student. I am a student beyond a teacher, you know, because I'm just in the pursuit. There's nothing more important than me. Like, what the fuck? Even a rock is a rock. A rock is a rock, bro. I don't see a rock growing legs, walking around trying to pay shit, come up with money, lead the people, save people. Like, no, bro. Somewhere it went too far. Somewhere along the line, the human was like, I don't care. And then it got way too far. And it's rubbing off on generations after generations. So it's like, that's why I said like a minute ago, it's like, what the fuck else you trying to do other than level yourself up, bro? The school ain't do it. None of the concepts that were taught did it. Everything was a lie. Everything, bro. So gain knowledge of self, right? So when I'm talking about the free school, it's like, this is your chance, bro. It could be this video, it could be the free school, it can be whatever. It could be these books, you know, like I'm reading many books. I'm doing, you feel me? Not gonna take what they just given to me, you feel me? You don't have to take you don't gotta watch that show. You don't gotta eat that food. You really don't have to eat that food. You feel me? It's dark inside your body, bro. No matter how that food looks, your body treats it. All shit comes inside, is shit coming inside, bro. It rejects some of it. Some of it, it puts it in and enhances it. But bro, it's come on. You feel me? Knowledge of self, bro. Like, you ain't gonna come here and be thrown around. You gotta come here, you gotta tap into this knowledge. If you're a magician, prove it. If I'm reading these books and they telling me, oh, I'm a magician, I'm black and I'm melanated and I'm supposed to be this and all my ancestors did that. Let me see what's up. You feel me? And judging by my life and my life results and the patterns and the people I've helped and myself and everything that I've ever done, every way I've came up ever in my life, ever, it's pointing me still, because I ain't no stupid man. It's saying, hey, keep learning that shit. You feel me? Keep following that shit. Every time somebody could be somewhere. I was somewhere yesterday. You know, I was somewhere yesterday, and it's like somebody leaned over and said something to me. I felt them coming. You know what I'm saying? I felt them coming a minute ago. Before they lean into it, I'm just like, what's up? You know, like, I'm just so in tune with it, bro. Like, ain't no surprises. Anything pop up, ain't no notification I ain't ready to handle. There's nothing that I'm afraid of. And I feel like, at least if we gonna reincarnate to any degree, bro, that level of this spirit is out the way. It's that real. Because the deeper you go into this shit, you realize that reincarnation is like a very normal fucking thing. It's always been things like, I mean, I knew this, but I didn't, you know, the studies. A lot of this shit I've been talking about since 2014 on this channel. As you may, if you don't know already, I've been teaching this. I've taken hundreds of videos down already because I get frustrated and no one watches this shit. But I've taken so many videos down. You feel me? But it's still like 300 something. I've been on this shit, but I'm just 30 something years old now, where it's like life or death to me. Before, I was just like into it, getting results, into it, start a business, help somebody, attract somebody, whatever, the easy shit, you know, the house, the living, traveling the world, you know. But like now, bro, this is life or death for me. This is like, yo, I'm using this motherfucker here. Y'all deleting shit. There's books I can't even buy no more. There's books I was trying to get back 2017. You look now, the book is a $300 book on Amazon. So $500. Some of the books are gone. I gotta go to DuckGo website to get certain books. I gotta try and get shit off the dark web just to get a book. Most of my shit's in PDF form. I was gonna cut the video in a second, but you gotta understand, like, this shit is real. This shit is real. Like, not only am I always learning, bro, it's mandatory. These are all books. I'm not even joking. These are all books. I got some video, but these are all books. Like, bro, this ain't no game, man. So yeah, that's all I'm talking about. Like, that's all I'm talking about. I'm just saying that, yeah, this right here. I'm just saying, you know, if you could even screenshot, you could try and grab you one or some shit, you know, like all occult. We're talking about the Tantra, Out of the Shadows, Necronomicon, Satanism, sigils, spells, summoning spirits, anything, Ouija, Temple of Light, Hermetic Principles, excuse me, magic, chaos magic, Library of Knowledge, Hermetic Order shit, like, bro, this shit, and you realize, like, again, it's everything. That's all I'm saying. It's everything. So yeah, that's the video. You gotta tap in. Look, all kinds of books. This is a voodoo spell book. This is fucking all like magic. What's this? Just, you know, it's the sex Bible. Look, the Book of Satan, Antoine LaVey shit. See what the fuck they on. And you know, and you gotta look at, like, switch the letters around, the etymology and shit. You know, the word sacred is nothing more than the word scared. Just switch the letters around. You feel me? The whole idea, and not the whole idea, but there's motherfuckers that's been working overtime on you not knowing. You feel me? Of you not knowing, and if you can scare a motherfucker away from that shit, the better it is. You know, so we got to give them Jesus. We got to give them the boogeyman. We got to give them leprechauns. Just anything sharp teeth, bro. I'm telling you. One of the first things I had to start doing, waking up with this magician shit and really tapping in, because you got to go through the occult. So I had to go through the occult, and I'm going through ugly things like hideous faces, fucking hell, dark Gnosticism, right? The movie, The Holy Mountain. I don't know if you ever seen the movie, The Holy Mountain. You got to have a stomach and a mind for that. Seriously, take it from me. The movie Holy Mountain, what the fuck, right? You go through that. I'm trying to decipher it. Break. And then what the fuck am I even talking about? But yeah, I'm just saying, like, go towards anything that scares you. You feel me? Like demons, scary pictures, dark shit, anything dark, anything that just looks like gruesome. You know, I don't know about zombie. I don't fuck with that zombie shit. But if it has like a red pentagram on it, it doesn't, you know, like this could scare people. Dark paganism. Like people could look at this and be like, oh my God, like I don't dark, and then you got the fucking pentagram on it, and they don't know. They don't know. But it's a fucking soft ass book. It's a book about what is this? Just a love and being a good person and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the fuck, right? You know I love, I give, I understand. You feel me? All I'm trying to do is show you a path to self if you're not already on the one. If you like this type of content, if it resonates with you, leave a comment below, share your experience, share some notes, share your thoughts, whatever the fudge. You can also jump into the free community, Knowledge of the Jungle. Click the link below. You can reach out to me, book a call, get the mentorship, get any of my audiobooks. You can click the link below to get that as well. And that's it. I will see you in the next video. Love.
All right, welcome to Knowledge of the Jungle. Very excited to have you here. This is a free community focused on personal growth and internal transformation. So if you're someone looking for a like-minded community with individuals who are focused and serious about change, reaching higher states of consciousness, spiritual transformation, financial transformation, deep conversations, and so on, this is the place for you. All right, as you can see, we're just getting started, but we have members on board and we're about to tap inside the community so you can see what it looks like and see if this is any interest for you. All it is a frequency you have to get on if you're trying to experience a change. So as you can see, we have members in here. The goal of this group is for transformation and us sharing what works. So you have members asking questions about deeper insights and towards things, certain testimonials. Right here we have Jessica Gibson. As you can see, she just has a great story, you know, and she talks about how she went from nothing to something, and now she's very much financially stable, and she's been using the information that I teach on my channel and the information that's in this group as far as the practices go. You can see this area is general discussion, book recommendations, occult knowledge, shadow work, money manifestations, magic, the basics, and so on. These are guaranteed what you need in order to elevate. You must have a deep understanding, or at least a basic understanding on what you can do, right? So this group is extremely powerful. You can also see inside the classrooms here, which are added every week. As you can see, these are all at 0 because this is my personal account. So I'm the one creating the courses. I'm not going through it. But as you go through the course, you'll have this progress bar that can keep you on point and hold you accountable. Right now, if you would like to reach out and get on board with the program personally with me, you can simply click this link, sign up for the one-on-one coaching, fill out the form, make sure you qualify, and so on. We have the Magic class, Magic 101. This is a very detailed personal one-on-one class that I teach that takes you from whatever money you have, whatever level of consciousness you have, and we advance it. It's a few hours worth of speaking with one another, but we advance you to a completely different being mentally so that you can start drawing towards you all the things in this world that you desire in a very magical, ceremonial, ritualistic way. All right, it's a very deep class, but it works. All right. We have my audiobook, DETOX 2020, hidden lecture. Get on board, get inside the community, and get on the leaderboard, because inside the leaderboard, you'll be able to have much perks. If this group is something that interests you, all you have to do is click the button that you see on the screen that says join now. You join, answer the simple questions, and make sure that you download the school app, right? You have to download, you don't have to, but it makes much sense, much more faster rather than logging into desktop. All right, so that's it. My name is Jay McPherson. This video, I hope, gives you some insight to the community. We would love to have you if this matches your frequency. If you're ready to be serious and move forward, this is the place for you. This is the place for you. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to any of our admins. You can send emails. You can send DMs. You can take yourself from where you are to the world in which you really want to be. And this is a path for you to follow. All right. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you on the other side.